For updates on sports stories across the globe, Aaron Akerijola joins us. Good morning, Aaron.
Yeah, good morning to you, Aya. Good morning to you, Doctor. Good morning to you, Rufai. And we have quite a number of stories to actually run through this morning. But let's get it started with the Europa League. Manchester United, a team that are probably looking for a break right now. But they seem not to be able to just find that firm footing. Yesterday, Harry Maguire had to come from the bench to actually salvage a draw for them and maybe saved the job of Eric Ten Hag. 10-man Manchester United, no thanks to the fact that in the space of 5 days, one man, Bruno Fernandes, the captain of the side, has been sent off twice. It's unfortunate, but they will take it. The Dragao is not the easiest place to go to, but they led 2-0 at some point in the first half, but blew that particular lead and were trailing up until the very last ember of the game. Away from that, turning our attention to Eric Ten Hag, he's been calling for more time and trying to address several rumors concerning his future because according to reports out there in the UK, he's been given a 2-game ultimatum. I don't know if he's passed or failed yesterday's game, but over the weekend he'll be going against informed Aston Villa, and that might seal his fate. Let's get to hear from him, Eric Ten Hag.
We will get there. Don't judge us in this moment. Judge us in the end of the season. I said the same last season. Just wait. We are in the process. We will improve, and we have now 2 seasons where we achieve finals. Just wait. We have to develop and progress this team.
Will you get until the end of the season if the performances and the results continue this way?
We will work and we will continue. And we will fight. And you see the spirit and the connection between the staff and the team and the players together. And there's a strong spirit they want to achieve, and we are in a direction. We have that good mentality in the spirit-wise, but especially in some defending parts, we have to step up.
Let's see how things actually play out. We'll be keeping an eye on how things will play out with Manchester United this weekend when they take on the Villa team. Okay, that I inform. Okay, away from that, looking at how things, let's look at other results from the Europa League and quite a lot of interesting results. Of course, we've spoken about Manchester United's 3-3, but Olympique Lyonnais and former Arsenal man handing Rangers a massive spank at 4-1. And not forgetting Union drawing with Bodo Glimt and after 20 holding Jose Mourinho's team to a draw away from home. Besiktas losing to Frankfurt and AS Roma also losing to Esbjerg. Away from that, Chelsea, your team, Rufai, are in a rich vein of form. Team B of Chelsea, okay. Enzo Maresca's charges and Nicholas Nkunku and Dewsbury Hall all came together yesterday to just hand K against a spanking. And you look at that and you say that Chelsea are that particular team at the moment. Everyone seems to be praising them. And I must say, they're looking good for the money. Very good for the money. But in the meantime, we spoke about the fact that FIFA had a decision to make. And I don't think we didn't hear anything concerning that. But let's talk about the fact that FIFA has decided that moving forward that they've agreed an interim transfer rule for the 2025 Club World Cup. FIFA actually met yesterday, and our own man, Ahmad Jimeniko, was also there alongside the rest of them to actually decide this particular thing. I don't know if it will change how things will play out, but nevertheless, there are talks that Manchester City and Manchester United will be heavily impacted by this transfer window shift, so to speak. All right, moving away from that quickly, let's turn our attention to the Nigerian Football Federation as the eggheads in Nigeria Football Federation, the executive members and FA chairman will be gathered today in Asaba for the annual General Assembly of the Nigeria Football Federation, the final annual General Assembly of the Nigeria Football Federation, as they will be addressing things, and we'll be able to get clarity, because my next story after this will point towards that, because at the moment, the stock of the Nigerian Football Federation is at the lowest, and they will need to address that. How do we move football from where it is right now to where it should be? Of course, while we're still debating on the movement or the trajectory of football here in Nigeria, we know we have a match on Friday, next week Friday, against Libya. But in the meantime, we spoke about this earlier in the week, and everyone seems to still be thinking and still asking, will the Nigeria Football Federation deliberate on the position of the General Secretary of the Nigeria Football Federation? We know that Dr. Sanusi's contract will be coming to an end in December, and the NFF's General Assembly have the power to extend it. Will the federal government align with that? We'll wait and see how things actually play out and the politics, but we're keeping an eye on that particular one. And finally, all right, serial winner with African teams, Javi Renard, who won with the Chipolopolo of Zambia, and also with Ivory Coast as the national team coach, said that he thought heavy and hard about becoming the next coach of the Super Eagles after Finidi George was fired, or some said resigned from the particular post. But he deliberated over it for weeks, for days and weeks. And it was one of the most lucrative offers he's ever received in his life.
I'd like to challenge that.
But he says that after all has been said and done, he wasn't at peace in his spirit, and he decided that the Super Eagles job was not for him. This is not the first, this is not the second that Javi Renard has turned down the Super Eagles job.
So when he said it was one of the most lucrative offers, I would like to challenge that too, because
we don't know. This is not the Nigeria. You cannot. This is not the Nigeria Football Federation saying that it was a lucrative offer. Javi Renard says it was
I don't know
offer.
who offered him that offer, but we know if he had mistakenly entered the bait of that offer, they go have salary now.
What do you mean?
Listen. I'm sorry. With due respect, I'm not doing the Kemi Badenoch now. I'm being factual. I'm not doing the Kemi Badenoch now. Go and ask Genero, Genetro. Go and ask Genero what we did as regards salary. Did Genero have to take us to FIFA or something before they pay the salary?
No.
Even ask Finidi.
No, not fairness to the Nigerian Football Federation. This is what happened here.
Yes.
The minister said he will pay the salaries of the coach. Usually it's the Nigeria Football Federation that does that. The minister said he will, and he reneged on doing that.
Please, with due respect.
Hence, they owed him salary.
Please, with due respect, I want to ask something. What did they do to Finidi as regards money? Have you also called Eguavon to ask him that? And
Eguavon is not contracted by the Nigeria Football Federation.
And ask them.
Eguavon is not contracted, so hence he will not be paid. He will get bonuses, but he will not be paid.
Please, let's, there's something called Shepotimo Elewa Ashakpon. Let's do it. I'll rather look at it from the angle.
The sports ministry is under new administration, under new management, and so we believe that anyone who comes to Nigeria to coach the national team is in very good hands.
But I fear for the fact that people are turning down the job of the Super Eagles.
Coach out.
He knows they will not pay the money.
All right, I just wanted to actually talk about the list, the player of the month and manager of the month by the the English Premier League.
Okay,
and I put that side by side because yesterday when I said that the Nigerian Football, Professional League, which was a very good move, but I questioned the fact that why were they not promoting our homegrown talent? And if you look at the list of the managers of the month, the players of the month, all of them play for the Premier League.
True.
There are people
rightfully so.
Yeah, rightfully so. So just to mention the fact that if we don't give accolades to our own people by our own selves, the Premier League, English Premier League is not going to reward Nigerian Premier League football players. And the truth is that if we have it done that way, we would hardly see our local stars shine. Because how do you compete with people who are playing on international stages, have the opportunity to have the access to right resources? But just to say that Arteta is on that list and I'm rooting for him. But of course we have Aston Villa, manager of Aston Villa, Fulham, done really well. Chelsea, Maresca is also there. We also have, I believe the last one is Liverpool as well, the new coach of Liverpool. To see how that works out. Yeah.
Well, Europa League. Manchester United threw away their 2-0 lead.
Yes, they did.
And allowed Porto to come back into the game. In fact, Porto could have beaten them at the point they were down to, a 10-man squad.
Yeah.
But Porto didn't make use of that opportunity. Now, the outcome, by 90 minutes, left Ten Hag on the brink.
Yes.
They were moments away from their fourth loss in 9 matches. And many people have been saying if he were to lose that game, after losing to Tottenham 0-3 on Sunday, then of course people will be saying Ten Hag will just have to go. But you know, Harry Maguire, who scored in the 91st minute, gave him the opportunity to brag, to say we will continue to fight, we will improve. And well, if Harry Maguire didn't save the day with a header in the 91st minute, the story would have been different. The second major thing in that match is Rio Fernandez. Fernandez was again sent out. He was sent out in the match with Tottenham.
Yeah.
You know, and then they appealed. He got a reprieve. They brought him back. They cancelled it. But yesterday, it was clear to football analysts that you know, red card was deserved. What is the matter with
Bruno Fernandes?
Bruno Fernandes.
He's reckless. Just reckless.
You know, what is the problem with Fernandes? Now, number 3, Manchester United is going to face Aston Villa next. Aston Villa that humiliated Bayern Munich. Well, I hope...
Doctor, I don't know. No,
I hope Ten Hag...
1-0 might not necessarily be a humiliation. Although the play was really good for Aston Villa.
It's Bayern Munich, man.
It's
Bayern Munich.
Aston Villa beat Bayern Munich. Don't call it humiliation.
But probably 30-40 years ago, the last time Bayern Munich and Aston Villa met in the finals of the UEFA Champions League.
Yeah, this current form.
Aston Villa won 1-0. And then they repeated the 1982.
40 years after.
You know, Bayern Munich today is like the heavyweight.
Yes, they are.
Anyway, that is that about that. Coco Gauff is through to the semi-finals in the China Open, but they have 2 quarterfinal matches today. Quen, you know, the Chinese will be in the quarterfinals. Arina Sabalenka will also be in the quarterfinals, and you know, but from the outcome, we'll know what the semi-finals will look like. Frank Lampard says he cannot turn down the job of England manager if he's offered 3 lines.
I doubt if he'll be offered.
I doubt
if he... I think he's putting himself out there. I think he's campaigning for himself.
He says as an Englishman and as somebody who has won
doubt if he'll be given the
over
job.
100 caps, he will not say no.
Not say no.
His second missionary journey to Chelsea really hurt his credentials. Really hurt his credentials.
Anyway, we have to go now. Chelsea sacked him in 2021.